Hello, everybody, and good evening to today's Forex Daily Dimes. My name is Josh Lilquist, where we talk a lot about the Forex market, the foreign exchange market, and different ways you can utilize whole numbers, or we call it the daily dimes, the dollar tens, the dollar twenties, the dollar thirties, in your trading and investment strategies. So, that being said, this is being recorded. There's no recommendations on this show. Past performance is not indicative to future results. This is strictly for my and your entertainment only. So this is not trading advice. So let's dive right into it right as we get in here. Let's dive right into the euro dollar. We talked about this yesterday. We have a long bias, as we know, coming off this hezzy band here at $1.1250. We have a entry point right here at $1.1575, just waiting to happen. The move, we had a big move up already. Now we're waiting for a pullback to get in at a low risk, high reward, high probability entry point into this market. And as you know, if you have any questions, feel free to ask any questions about any pairs you want to look at, anything that's going on in the news. Not a whole lot going on in the news this week in the Forex market. It's probably not going to spark any big moves as we move forward here this week. All right, so let's move on to our dollar yen. All right, so obviously we have our weekly chart, our short bias here, sell at $6.75. So we almost came into our entry point right here at $6.75 or 106.75. Stop up here, 77 pips, 172 pip gain, just roughly over 2 1/4 to 1. You guys can do the math on that. Obviously, you want your gains larger than your losses. And you will have losses in the market. That's why it's important to have proper risk management. So you have our short waiting to happen right here on our 4-hour chart. Expand that a little bit. Came up to our $6.68, about 7 pips short of our entry point. And that's okay. We may or may not get into this trade. We'll find out in the next probably 12 to 24 hours if we get in that trade. Moving on, we have the pound dollar. I don't think we have anything going on with that. No, we basically got reset here. We're waiting for a close above this $1.32 area, or a close below the $1.2750 area if we want to get any action on this one. So right now we're just sit and wait on the pound dollar. We have the Australian dollar, which is has been soaring lately. And anybody else know what else has been soaring? What's kind of correlated with the Australian dollar? Typically gold is pretty correlated. Let's take a peek at the gold chart. We'll look at GLD. Nice correlation with gold. As we know, we had a huge shot up here. Today, this is a weekly chart. Let's go down to daily. Today we had a nice, real big gap down so a lot of opportunity there as the market drops. Everybody knows that shorting is a way of participating in a down market. All right, and we had a very large drop here today in gold. So somewhat of a correlation between gold and the Aussie dollar, as you can tell on this weekly chart. It's doing the same thing. Okay, let's move on to the dollar CAD. And the dollar CAD, I believe we have a shorting opportunity here at $1.3425. Waiting to get in this position as it comes up in here. We have this hezzy band here, so waiting for price action to get back up to $1.3425. Same thing, 172 pips, and 77 pip risk. What else is correlated with the dollar CAD? It's a commodity. Who is a huge oil producer? Canada is a huge oil producer. So let's take a peek at oil. So these are going to be inversely correlated because here's crude oil futures. As you know, you had some large drops, tremendous drop here in April, and it's slowly been going back up. Okay. Now on this one, it's inversely correlated with the dollar CAD. So if we should go down to a daily chart, it's going to look pretty similar, except for it's going to shoot up and then slowly come back down. So it's just inversely correlated. Let's go back to the weekly there. So we're waiting for this position here. Waiting is okay. You don't have to be in a trade all the time. Moving on, still got the dollar franc. We have a shorting opportunity in this one. Actually, it's already met entry. We've been bouncing off these two hezzy bands here for the past 10, 12 days here. So short here, and you can stay in this trade forever. It doesn't matter as long as it's going to eventually go to one of your areas, your target or your stop. If you get stopped out with small loss, that's okay. Move on to the next one. If you have a stop for a profit, move on to the next one. We're going to reset. So if it gets down to this 90-cent area on the weekly, which would be our target on the 4-hour, then we have a reset. All right, moving on. New Zealand dollar should have a buying opportunity, which we have our long bias. Buying opportunity here, stop here, target up at 67.50. This has also been within the trading parameters for the past month or so, just over a month. Okay, moving on. Skip the euro pound. I don't believe there's any opportunities there. New Zealand CAD, nothing going on there. New Zealand franc, this one should be a buying opportunity. Sitting in the zone right now. Buying opportunity at 60.75. Stop at 60 cents even. Target at 62.50. It's currently sitting right in the middle of the zone. You're just in wait and see what happens. If it hits your stop, okay, well, great. Small loss. If it gets to your target, let it reset. Wait for the next opportunity. Let's end the session here today. Let's do a quick one with the New Zealand. Actually, I believe we don't have any entry points here. Well, let's see. Here's our long bias on the weekly chart. Had a reset here, strong close. We've had a long bias ever since April of this year. Currently had a close above the $1.08. Sitting in the trade right there. Stop at $1.07. Target at $1.10. Okay. And if you're looking at these numbers, we're talking about dollars and pennies and trading within the dimes. Okay. So if I blow this up a little bit, we have 107.52 dollar. So just like a dollar, $1, 7 cents, 52 pips. It's percentage in point. Okay. So you have $1.07 and 52 pips, percentage in point, 100 you can call it. So if you're in a standard lot, every 10 pips, a standard lot is $10 per pip, right? You have 10 pips, it's $100. And there's micros and there's minis. And we'll go over that on another session. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the session here today. We're going to go into more, not a whole lot going on this week, kind of the same trades we talked about yesterday. One new opportunity in there today. So until next time, we're going to get into more correlations and more opportunities in the markets. We have some podcasts coming up, so make sure to check out the Retire Young podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Check out my website, Retire Young Audio. Also, don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube page. We're going to continue some different Forex analysis for entertainment purposes. And until next time, retire young, my friends.